few who I've accepted to go and stand with them because I knew their work like a state. They've been in other states, and I know their work, and I've stood next to them doing their work. But that's what they do. They try to call people who the people trust. But I turned down about 99% of politicians when they call my team. We like to bring this brother in, you know, because so-and-so is running for this position. Nope. I've turned down a lot of politicians. Nah, sorry. Oh, boy. So I'm looking to my brother Akbar, man. You know what it is? Are you supporting Dr. Cornel West to become president? Why are you getting your brother in trouble so early in the morning? Oh, okay. Let me hop off this thing. Let me go ahead. Let me answer this question. And then let me hop off. Okay. Dr. Cornel West. Some of y'all might put this on YouTube, but you shouldn't, because a lot of you are getting paid on your platforms having my face on it. But it's crazy. Yes, my YouTube was just terminated, just so y'all know. Again, my last one was terminated about 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago. So I can't have a YouTube, right? Because YouTube doesn't like me. But all of you can have a YouTube, put my videos on your YouTube, and you make money off of me. That's why I had to set up Patreon, things like that. Which, by the way, sign up for Patreon, Rizza Islam on Patreon. Click the link in the bio. Also, sign up for free, RizzaIslam.com. Go ahead and subscribe to the mailing list. The mailing list. Okay. Dr. Cornel West. Love our brother's good work. Love our brother's good work. He has now announced that he will be running for president of the United States. Do I believe he will win? No. My belief that he will not win has nothing to do with him being a black man, outside of the fact that he's, yes, a black man, and that does matter. Let's make this clear. There's a reason why the presidents have always been white until Obama. There's a very clear reason, okay? But Dr. Cornel West, yes, being a professor, yes, having his tenure and his accolades in academia, you know how you want to say something nicely? He's not going to, I don't believe he's going to be president of the United States. No. But for him to even announce that sounds nice. It is a nice, it sounds nice, but there are too many of us who have become aware of the game now. And when I say have become aware of the game, is there are now more people by way of social media who have looked at and who have now understood the knowledge of what is taking place as it pertains to the universe of politics, and politricks, to where we know it is not a fair game. Politics is not a fair game. Politics is not about who is the most popular. Politics is not about who gets the most votes, because we have seen that all the way over there with Hillary Clinton to multiple other circumstances throughout history where the popular vote was for this person, but for some reason this person became the president, but that person had more votes from the people, but this one had more electoral college votes, but that person had more votes from the actual people in the country, but that person had more vested interest by pharmaceuticals and other groups and organizations, so therefore they were selected while we thought we were electing them. Politics is not the game of intelligent people who want to be free. Politics is the game now that is so monopolized and controlled by vested interest groups, by corporations, by international banking systems, by all of those who want to have more power, more control, more dominance in this area, and using the people to go into more control, more dominance, etc. That's how it goes. For every politician, or should I say, every congressperson with the over 530 congresspersons, you have roughly 435 House of Representatives and I believe 100 senators. So you have roughly over 530 congresspersons. For each one of them, there are over 30 pharmaceutical representatives who lobby them, meaning who offer them money to get certain bills passed, to become laws, to help pharmaceuticals make more steps, to have more money, to have more control, to have less liability, to have more free range, to put more chemicals into more people without having any way of going to jail, to be exempt from being sued, to not being held liable, held accountable for maiming and killing and doing all these negative things to people. They pay them. You have the gas companies that do this. You have the alcohol companies that do this. Tobacco, which tobacco companies heavily switched into the legalized marijuana game. Now they're making more money now with selling marijuana than they ever did with tobacco, even though they locked a lot of people up for selling the very marijuana that they're now selling legally, that was being sold illegally last year, is now being sold legally this year. I'm saying year, but I mean this time, that time, etc., etc. You have these different things in politics. It's not the freedom game. It never has been, and it never will be. However, if pressure is put on it, it can be beneficial because it is a part of the system. It's very simple. You put pressure on the politician, and I'm talking about real pressure. He and or she has to bow down, but you have to apply enough pressure. The Jews do it all the time. That's why they get benefits. The Chinese do it all the time. That's why they get benefits. The Mexicans, believe it or not, they do it. They've learned the game. They have certain people in position that they put pressure on. And I'm talking about heavy pressure on. That's why they get benefits to a degree. The LGBTQ and whatever other damn letter they choose to adopt puts pressure and money all the time on politicians to get past what they want to get past. That's why they have gotten more rights in the last 40 years than we have gotten in the last 400. They put pressure on them all the time. They set agendas down. They write each point, each step, each request, each item, each line item, each thing that they want to get done. Then they put it with money, support it with money, put pressure behind it with money. They organize, they sit people down, and they say, if you want this money, you must do this for us. Very simple. You want this $1 million, you must do these things for us. You want this $5 million, you must do these 5 things for us. You want this $10 million, you must do this 10 things for us. The trans did it. The rest of the LGBTQ did it. Jews do it. Indians do it. I'm talking about Indians from India. When they come over here, they do it. This is how it goes. It's called the game of politics. People buy politicians, and that's what I'm saying. They buy politicians. It's not gerrymandering. No, they buy politicians, and they do it legally because that's how the game goes. They do it legally. It's a gangster game, and that's what they do. That's what they do. So no, I couldn't be a politician. However, I know the game. I know the game. It's very simple. We as a people have to put pressure on them. That's how we can handle that. You gotta put pressure on them. So if we have some black folks who are in, politics, which we do, they have to have pressure put on them so that they don't sell out. But I'm going to mention this on the other side. Somebody asked, will Rizza sell out? I don't know what you woke up smoking. I don't know if you waking baking. I don't know if you waking and baking. But there's a reason why this government does not like Brother Rizza Islam. Partially because I will never sell out. And sell out to who? And for what? So y'all gonna figure this out. I don't know. Maybe it takes for me being on a big enough platform and shutting it down for you to realize that some of us cannot and will not ever be bought. Some of us have integrity. So I don't know again. Some of y'all waking up and baking. Some of y'all getting up and smoking. Some getting up and toting. No. I see the game. I know the game. But there's two sides of it. Yes, it's the side of this is the system. This is how it operates, blah, blah, blah. But then on the other side, if you have a politician, if we got black folks in here, for example, the Congressional Black Caucus hasn't made much progress. When I went and met with them, when I went to Washington, D.C. and saw all of the Congressional Black Caucus members, and it looked like, oh my God, it was so, man. Okay, if any of you are in politics, or if any of you work with anyone in politics, if any of you have worked on campaigns, if any of you have worked with or volunteered with city council members, mayors, assembly persons, governors, you name it, put some flames in the chat if you have. Let me say this to you. When I went and saw the Congressional Black Caucus in Washington, D.C., when I was invited back in 2008, I've worked, I've like literally worked with a lot of politicians throughout the years. But when I went there and I saw that, I was embarrassed because I didn't see power nowhere. I didn't see power from us as a people. I didn't see strength. I didn't see no gangster. This government better do this, or we pulling all our money from them. They better do this, or we're not supporting this. They better do this. They respect us. I didn't see that. I saw a bunch of tap dancing. I'm giving you my honest assessment of what I saw. A bunch of tap dancing, soft, broken, just milquetoast Negroes dancing for this system. This was 2008. Maybe it changed, but I'm letting y'all know why your brother is not a politician and never will be. I was so embarrassed. I was like, this is what we got? It was crazy. It was a different world, is my point. It was a different world. And let me make this clear. It wasn't just Democrats. I want us to get out of this let me say, heavily uneducated way of thinking. Democrats and Republicans are not to be trusted. I'm going to say this again. I don't trust the system of politics within the United States government. I don't care what side of this bird you claim to be on. You can say, man, the Democrats, Republicans too. The hell are you talking about? Libertarians too. Constitutional fundamentalists too. Green Party members too. What are you talking about? See, most people who run with just saying all the negative things were done by Democrats are not too well educated in the basics of politics. It's a game that involves all parties. Please stop thinking it's just Democrat. It's the same system. Get it through your head. Please get it through your head. The Republicans are not better than, no, these are people. The system is the system. It don't give a damn what you call yourself. You can say whatever you want. Say whatever you want. I don't trust either side. I put pressure on both sides. You a Republican, why are you selling out? You a Democrat, why are you selling out? Trump issued the shots. He issued Operation Warp Speed. Joe Biden issued mandates along with Trump. Trump came out and apologized recently and said, I wasn't for the mandates. That's not what came out initially when I supported the program, but eventually that came out and blah, blah, blah. They both did. From my understanding, that's a Republican and a Democrat. Both of them are responsible for what the hell took place over the last 3 years. Get it out of your damn head with this, I trust Republicans more than, I don't trust any of them. I don't trust any of them. One more time. I don't trust any of them. And the sooner you wake up to the fact that this is the same damn system, no matter what side you stand on, the sooner we will be able to make more progress, because we will stop begging and trusting massa, and we will do more putting pressure on the system. Simple. It's tricknology. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said politic means multiple bloodsuckers. Again, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said politics means multiple bloodsuckers, who are bloodsuckers of the poor because they use the ignorance of the poor against them. They use the ignorance of the masses of the people to maintain control and dominance over the people. The sooner we wake up to that fact, is the sooner we will put pressure on them and stop begging or thinking, if I vote for this Republican, we'll be free. Look, say whatever y'all want. It's the same damn system. It's the same damn system. Simple as that. I know people want somebody to dislike or hate. Yeah, dislike the system. Dislike the system. Seriously. Dislike the system. Because I don't trust either side of it. I know it because I was going to college for it. And I knew right when I figured it out at that point, the very first day of the first class, a short 5'4" Caucasian white man who was an alumni professor from UCLA told the whole class, for all of you who think you know anything about politics, if you think that politics comes about by voting, that is a lie. He said those who are put in place by those who have money and who have the money interest. This is what this man told all of us in the class. My first damn political science class back in 2008/2009. And I was like, oh, okay. And that changed my entire perspective. And for those of you who like to sick yourselves on Obama and talk about Obama, let me say this to you again. The vast majority of people who like to point fingers at Obama, one, a lot of racist white folk have just wanted a black man to call nigga for a long time. I'm going in layers here. So hold up, before you run with that, stick with me. If you knew what was taking place when Obama was president, some of y'all will back up for a second and be like, word, people were calling for his death. They were coming out with memes of him being a witch doctor, a monkey, Michelle being a monkey, his daughters being monkeys. I'm talking about congresspersons. They came out with pictures where they had watermelons on the front lawn of the White House. I'm talking about politicians, congresspersons. I'm talking about senators. I'm talking about House representatives. They were calling for his assassination. I'm talking about certain politicians. I literally am talking about certain, again, let me make this clear. So hold on before y'all start running with the, well, Obama, chill out, pause, hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Obama is considered a nigga by this system. Don't get it twisted. He's considered a nigga. I'm going to say that. I know some of y'all may not like that. I'm using the word on purpose because regardless to whether you like him or not, always remember and know this. This system does not like you. They did not like him. So they set certain things up while he was president for him to do or for it to be done under his presidency so that that could be added to the stain so that when anybody brings up the question of a black president or black person who should have changed things for black people, a black person who had the authority to give reparations, a black person who had the authority to change any kind of condition that was affecting black people for well over the last 265 years, they could then turn around and say, well, look, we gave your boy the position and look what he did. Taking away from the fact that it's not the president who has the authority. Taking away from the fact that it's the international bankers behind him, that it's the pharmaceutical companies that are setting things up as well, that the congresspersons are all being controlled like this, that it takes a team, and that there are a lot of things that could not happen. And for those of you like Rizza justifying, I need you to sit down and listen for a quick second. Even if he wanted to, Obama could not give no damn reparations to black folk. Most of you don't get it. This system hates us as a people. I'm gonna make this clear for you to get this to your head. It does not like nor love us as a people, no matter who was president, no matter if they are black or white, African, Asian, Indian, whatever you want to call it, it does not like us, period. Those of us who are in politics for a second, whether we took classes, whether we have worked with politicians, I'm telling you straight, I know the system. It don't give no damn at all. And some of you just want to hate Obama. That's your prerogative. That's too small. See, what my deal is with the black folks who like to say, I don't like Obama. See, you don't want the real smoke with the real enemy. You use Obama as a scapegoat. Does he need to be held accountable? You damn right. Make that clear. Obama does need to be held accountable for the things he participated in, all the way down to helping Muammar Gaddafi be assassinated. Don't get it twisted. Him, his Hillary Clinton, the entire administration, all of them need to be held accountable for that. So we're not going to overlook that. So he should be held accountable for any and everything that he participated in. That's one. Then on the other end, the system that set up all of the items to be done under his administration must be held accountable too. But always know and understand, the system is the system. This is the modern Babylon. This is the modern Rome. This is the modern Sodom and Gomorrah. As a matter of fact, Sodom and Gomorrah ain't got nothing on America. Y'all can try to say whatever you want, but the sex revolution in the 70s didn't take place under Obama. Y'all can say whatever you want, but the crack epidemic didn't explode under Obama. That was under Reagan. You can say whatever you want, but the war on drugs didn't take place under Obama. That was under the sitting president, who, from my understanding, is the only president to ever resign, and that was Richard Nixon. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. Richard Nixon. They all have been a part of it. They're all devils, because this is the devil's system. It don't matter who sits in the seat of the presidency of the United States. It is the seat of Pharaoh. It is Rome. It is modern Babylon. You got to get it through your head. You get mad at the person, you need to get mad at the seat. You're getting angry with the person, you need to get angry with the system. You're pointing at one person, you need to look at the system. I've been to the White House. I haven't been inside. By the time I went to the White House, they weren't allowing visitors. But some of y'all haven't even been to DC to see that building. Some of you haven't even felt the atmospheric pressure of being so close to the very building where our leaders were being planned to be assassinated and taken out on domestic soil right here. Being right there, looking at the Oval Office, looking at the West Wing, looking at the East Wing, looking at the building where beneath it is the Situation Room, where they have the doom clock, where they sit down and debate and discuss about the next 12 years, 35 years, 45 years of what is to come and what they should do, what catastrophes to plan for, how can they manipulate the people even more. Many of you have no thorough understanding nor idea of just how wicked this system is. And many of you don't want to confront it. You don't want to face it. You just want to find one person to point at. Obama, Obama, Obama. Yeah, he got a part in it, for sure. For sure. But he ain't the only one. And he's not the last. And he for damn sure ain't the first. Most of you don't have smoke for the real system. You only want smoke with your own people. And that is what I despise about some of us. You want smoke with your own people, but not with the actual system. Obama didn't create this system. He helped it, for sure, but he ain't the only one. So why don't you have smoke for the real enemy? I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like the selective outrage. I don't like how you adopt white folks' talking points, white folks' ideology, racist white people's behavior, and then try to picture that or label that as, I'm standing up for it. No, you're not. You trust the system too much, and that's your problem. You call yourself a Republican, you say, I'm better than a Democrat. No, you're not, because you're still attached to the system. So you're no better. Well, I'm a Democrat, and we are doing all for the greatest number of people. No, you working for the devil too. Both sides. I'm a libertarian. Yeah, you working for the devil too. I'm a constitutional fundamentalist. Yeah, well, what does the Constitution say for real, for real? And how are you enforcing it? The First Amendment is put up, and the Second Amendment was established to put power and force and encouragement behind the verse. Freedom of religion, speech, press, petition, and assembly. First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Again, for those of us who have went to college for this and who are studying, First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I'll mention this one more time before I get off. Freedom of religion. Number one, freedom of press, freedom of petition, freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, speech, press, petition, and assembly. The amendments, First Amendment. Then the second is the right to bear arms, the right to form a well-organized militia. They set the second up to put power behind the first. If you don't let us talk, if you don't let us assemble and come together, if you don't let us exercise our religion freely, if you don't allow us to petition, then we will take up arms and form a well-organized militia to enforce what it is that we want to have, which is our freedom. This is what white folks did. For them, against other white folks. This is real basic. This is the basics of the Constitution. But remember this, the Constitution was formed without us in mind. To the modern people today who delve into politics, you will get this through your head one way or another. A lot of people run around and say, I'm American, American, American. Okay, I got you. Just remember this, you a nigga to them. Just plain it. Just let's make this clear. There are token Negroes in politics. Token Negroes in politics who think that because they have some level of, I would say, presence publicly in politics, that they think that means they have some level of influence. No. You are a bootlicking Negro who was a token, meaning you are one person picked out to look like you're representing the people, but with the permission of white people, not the respect of white people, the permission of the system, not the respect of the system, the permission of the White House, not respect from the White House, the permission of Congress, not respect from Congress, the permission. You're still a nigga, still asking massa, can I do this, massa? Can I go do this for my peoples? Can I get some money to do this? Can I go do? That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it has always been. They don't take a people serious who do not exercise power of freedom over themselves. They don't. So anybody talking about politics must know the basics of the Constitution first, the Bill of Rights first, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which most people have never even heard about. If you don't know the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, don't say nothing to me about the Constitution. If you don't know anything about the Constitution, don't talk. If you don't know the Bill of Rights, don't talk. If you don't know the preamble, don't talk. If you don't know what it says about merciless Indian savages in that document, don't talk. You gotta know this stuff before you get out here yelling and saying I'm a Democrat or Republican or Democrats are evil and blah, blah, blah. It's just a damn game and you are still being involved as a player. You ain't paying attention. So anyway, I digress. My point overall, the solution is to put the pressure on the system, not to ask permission from the system to be freed from the system. I don't know if y'all get that by now. You don't beg a system to be freed from it. This is not how this goes. Somebody captures you, you beg them to let you go. That's not how this goes. You band together, you unite, you use your collective unity, and you make it known you are not going to participate in this any longer. Simple as that. It is very, very simple. You come together, you unite collectively, and you stand against the system. You separate from it if it does not want to willingly participate in your salvation, and you establish your own. That's how it goes. It's very simple. But most people don't want to work. They just want to blame and point and blame and point. And that's why we end up in the position where we're at, where we're constantly begging the system, constantly begging white folks. And let me end this by mentioning again Dr. Cornel West. For those of you who heard that he is running for president, do I believe he's going to win? No, I do not. Doesn't mean I dislike Brother Dr. Cornel West. Doesn't mean that. Matter of fact, I love Dr. Cornel West's good work. Absolutely. Let's make that clear. However, really? 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 The system that killed too many of our leaders. Really? Really? I just want to make it clear. Really? Do you know why virtually every president that we've had outside of JFK has been over 50? Pretty much for the most part, over 50 in white men. Y'all not getting it yet? You're not getting it yet? If we want to be taken serious, we have to come together in a collective manner. It's real simple. We can't do it separately. I'm not going to come together and say, well, we will be this side of the aristocratic democratic republic and you'll be on that. See, no. No, we as a people must come together, real simple. Look at the system for what it is and say, okay, we know that this system doesn't like us as a people. Okay, so what do we have the power to do? Over $1 trillion in spending power. Okay, pull that. Stop buying things that fuel the system. Stop supporting politicians that don't support our people. Start influencing politicians locally, because mayors and city council people you can go and have access to locally. Every week there is a city council meeting in every city, or at least they're supposed to be standardly, where the people can go into the city chambers like I have done. Hence why I received an award from the mayor and city council of Compton, California way back then, because we knew you could go and get at your politician locally and talk to them in person and let them know, check this out. Y'all know them potholes on a smaller scale, on a smaller scale. Y'all see them potholes right over here on Compton Boulevard? Them damn potholes going towards the 91 freeway, going down Wilmington. Okay, we need to put some of the money from the taxes that we're paying into the local city taxes. Y'all need to handle those potholes right past Greenleaf on Willowbrook. All right? Because they're messing my car up. Small scale, small example. But do the same thing. Go talk to the politicians. Go into the city chamber. Find out what day of the week you can go and talk to your mayor and city council and show up. Simple. And this is only for those who really know what this work is about. Anybody else who doesn't know what this work is about, please stop talking hush. Stop. I'm not playing games. Many of you on the internet, you don't know about real life when it comes to real work. That's why you talk on the internet. In real life, local politicians get pressure put on them so they can get things changed. When you go up higher, they are less reachable, which is why they can sell out easier without being pressured. I'm just letting y'all know. I'm saying this from experience. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. The moment they go from city council, the moment they go from school board, and they go from school board to city council member, then from city council member to mayor, then from mayor to state assembly person, then from a state assembly person, then when they shoot up higher, now they're going for, you know, senator, governor. By the time they get up there, they are far less reachable. Now they reside where the capital is of the state. The capital here in California is Sacramento. Then they are getting paid by these major corporations. Even when they're assembly persons, they get paid by major corporations. But then they get to a point where they're not as reachable anymore. They are owned, because the next step after that, you know, you're talking about now Congress. The next step above is a position on the cabinet of the White House, the presidential administration. So now they can get one of those positions. By that time, they are fully owned, period. My point is, again, put pressure on the politician. Simple as that. If you don't want to put pressure on the politician, then we have to separate and establish our own everything. That's how we get our own schools. We establish our own banks. We establish our own grocery stores. We establish our own international trade and commerce, our own international trade and commerce, our own international trade and commerce. A lot of people don't want to hear this. Why? Because it's real work. And people start tuning out when it's real work, because you don't want to talk about real work. You don't want to do real work. You want to be keyboard gangsters talking on the goddamn internet. But when it comes to real work, you're quiet. You're nowhere to be found. Doing for self is the only way. It is the only way. Every other group gets this. Every other group does this. We're the only ones who keep just begging the system, begging. Put pressure on the system. Stop begging. Put pressure on them. It's simple. It's very simple. So I'm about to get off here because I know I touched a nerve for some folks, because some of y'all are a little irritated when you hear real work. Again, real work. And that's where things have to go. And that's when people will respect us. They respect us when it's real work being done. And we tell a politician, hey, check this out. You are not going to do this. All right. This ain't going to happen. Okay. Got it. That ain't happening. All right. Me and the 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 of us ain't standing for that. Okay. And then not just say it, but actually stand on it. Then you get their attention. It's how it goes. It's how it goes. Meet your brother in Lamert Park. Meet your brother in Lamert Park, June 17th, out here in LA. Lamert Park, June 17th, in person out here in LA. Show up in person out here in LA. Sign up for Patreon. That is where you will see your brother's content. Click the link in my bio. Join the Patreon ASAP. Join the Patreon ASAP. Also, join the Rumble. Rizza Islam on Rumble. Yes, they took us down off of YouTube. Again, I'm not even going to worry about YouTube right now. I've never been monetized on YouTube. The over 220 videos that I've uploaded to YouTube, all independently researched, all recorded by me, all edited by me, all these hours and hours and hours and hours of research, hours and hours and hours of time, hours and hours and hours of work, wiped off of YouTube like that. And that was my first YouTube channel. Second YouTube channel, wiped off like that. Third one, wiped off like that. I'm not going to continue going where I'm not wanted. The only reason why I continued is because that is where you were. That is where my people are, and I have to be where my people are. It has nothing to do with wanting to be on these platforms. No, your attention, this is where you are right now. I would rather you be on the Melanated People app, for example. Go over there. If you want to be on a fan base, go over there. These apps are more black owned than not. Like these apps right here are not black owned. There may be some black folks on staff, but these are not black owned. However, they got our people. They got y'all right here. And this is where you are, and that's why I'm here. But go to the other apps. Please do that, and then support the independence of those of us who are doing this work, because these platforms don't like us. Y'all should get this by now. That's why I say go to RizzaIslam.com, scroll down to the bottom, or stay at the top and click subscribe, or click join Rizza, which is joining my email list, where you put your name, your phone number, and your email, so that I can be able to send you things directly without having to go through these platforms. Because y'all know how this goes. It may be good right now, but they may take down this Instagram tomorrow. You know how this goes. Same thing with my podcast, my show, which I have. I'm not even going to tell you who my next guest is going to be, but it's getting very good. Just know that. But you want to go to RizzaIslam.com to subscribe to the website so that you get notified of things before anybody else. You want to sign up for the Patreon, because not only do you get to watch all the new episodes and new interviews and new everything before anyone else, but you're also supporting the work. Like, because many of you were asking, you know, Rizza, how can we support what you do? You give so much. You've been doing this for years for free, and you've never charged us anything. Well, you can support the Patreon. That's one way. Sign up. It's a monthly thing. That's one way to support. You can go to RizzaIslam.com and purchase something on the website, something that you feel benefits you. You know, clothes that we all wear. We all wear clothes. If you want to purchase a book, I have that with lots of knowledge in it. There are different ways. And of course, show up to in-person events. Like I said, Lamert Park, June 17th, out here in LA next week. I'm talking about pop up. I'm talking about bring the family. I'm talking about pull up in a way where the people know. The people know. I just want y'all to know, because I'm really tired of just the talking. For most of us on the internet. I'm not just the talker, but a lot of us we're just doing too much talking. And I want more of the work to be done from myself, from all of us. It's really that time. Yes, book 2 will be coming soon. Don't worry about that. So subscribe to Rizza Islam on Rumble. Click the link in my bio. Subscribe to Rizza Islam on Patreon. Subscribe to RizzaIslam.com. And even on TikTok. Subscribe to your brother's TikTok. Link is in the bio for that. I appreciate y'all. I pray Allah blesses each and every one of you. If you want to be a part of my private group that is off of this, where we get things done, we have experts come in and we become armed with things, and we have different solutions every month, go to joinfreethinkers.com. It is all about the solutions and bringing things together right now and building. Very simple. All right. I appreciate y'all. I pray Allah blesses each and one of you. Let's make it happen. Get it done.